Hi and welcome to this live stream from Coffee Break Languages. My name's Mark. I am the founder of Coffee Break Languages and I work with a fantastic team of native speakers and teachers to bring you the Coffee Break Languages podcasts, all the content on social media, and of course our videos on YouTube. Now today we're broadcasting both on YouTube and indeed on all our Facebook pages. So we should have learners from Coffee Break French, Coffee Break Spanish, Coffee Break Italian, Coffee Break German, Coffee Break Swedish, our Coffee Break Languages page, and on our YouTube channel too. So let us know who you are. Let us know what language you're learning in the comments. It would be lovely to see some comments and to hear what languages you're learning. Hopefully I'll be able to see the comments on our system here and I'll be able to share some of them. And indeed, if you have any questions, then I'll be very happy to share them too. So in this session, we're going to be looking at a number of things. We're going to be looking at all of our online courses and taking a closer look at what they involve. We're also going to be answering many of the questions that we've had over the past few days. We have been running our Black Friday sale now for almost a week. We launched it last Monday. And over the past few days, we've been receiving lots and lots of emails, lots of questions over social media, lots of comments. And basically, we wanted to answer as many of these as possible. So we're basically, as I said, doing this live Q&A today, and we are going to be answering your questions. So if you have any questions, then please do post them in the comments. Let's see who we've got here. We've got Owen saying, Guten Tag, Mark. Guten Tag, Owen. We're delighted you're here. We've got Diane saying, Bonjour from Chartres. Bonjour, Diane. Maria saying, Hey, I'm from Spain and trying to learn Swedish. Jättebra, jättebra. Brenda's saying, Brenda's learning with Coffee Break French and the French Masterclass. We hope you're enjoying the Masterclass. We're just about to enter our 6th month for the Masterclass, and I hope you're enjoying that, Brenda. We've got Kathy joining us from New Mexico, studying Spanish, and Kathy loves Coffee Break Spanish. Thank you for that, Kathy. Delighted to know that. Summer is learning Spanish, B1, B2, and Italian A1. Fantastic. Wendy is part of the masterclass as well. Bonjour, Wendy. Raul is from Brazil and is learning French. Fantastic. My goodness, all the comments are coming in. Let's see who else we got. We've got Yelena from Norvège. J'apprends le français. Tusen tack. Jättebra. Sorry, kämpebra. På norska, kämpebra. I'm getting my Swedish and Norwegian mixed up. Vishal is saying bonjour from India. Vishal, you're very welcome. Burks is here. Hey Burks, hur mår du idag? Jag mår jättebra, tack. Och du? Jag hoppas du har det bra. Burks is one of our Swedish learners and is our top poster on the Coffee Break Swedish page. Burks, we're delighted that you're here today. Joseph's joining us from West Palm Beach. Jerry Lynn is learning Italian using the podcasts. Sindre is joining us from Oslo. Fantastic. Dagmara is joining us from Poland. Dziękuję bardzo. Brian is here, a fellow Ayrshire resident trying to learn French. Très bien, merci beaucoup, Brian. Richard is from the Netherlands. Sto studiando l'italiano, and Richard is studying Italian. Ali is learning German from Iran. We've got Belle joining us from the Philippines, learning Spanish. So many of you are joining us today. Thank you so much. We've got Zain, who has signed up for a whole load of courses using our coupon code. Grazie mille. Prego, prego. Dagmara is learning Italian. Vicky is joining us from Edinburgh. Wow, so many of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, what we're going to do in this session, as I said, is explain something about our courses. We're going to give you a kind of inside story as to what we're doing in our online courses. Explain a little bit more about where all those courses fit, because one of the main questions we've had is we've got so many courses, but people don't know necessarily where to start. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that a bit later on. We're going to give you a kind of feel for what's involved in our online courses. And then I'm also going to be answering many of your questions. If you have any questions at all, what would be fantastic is if you could put the word question before your question in the comments. That way, when I'm looking through the comments, I'll see quickly if there is a question, because obviously we're getting lots of comments, and the comments are coming in from all across YouTube and their different Facebook pages. So if there are comments, if there are questions, specific questions that you have about any of our courses, then please do post the word question and the question after that. That way I'll see them more easily. Thank you. Thank you in advance for doing that. It will help me this afternoon as I go through all these questions. Okay, as I said, the key thing here, the most important thing, is that we are right in the middle of our Black Friday sale. And for that reason, you can save 40% on all Coffee Break Languages courses right now. Now, this sale is running until Tuesday. So you have about 48 hours, well, a little more than 48 hours left to use this coupon code. The coupon code is BF2020. I'll put that back up on the screen a little later. But what I wanted to do is just give you a kind of overview of all of our courses. Not anything in detail. We've been doing detailed overviews in each of the languages over the past few days. But this time I'm going to give you a kind of rough overview of all of the courses that we have across the different languages. So hopefully that will give you a better feel for what's involved in all our courses. If you have got questions, please do post them in the questions in the comments. But as I said, it would be really useful if you could post question, the word question, and then the question. That way we'll see them quickly when we're going through all of this. Now, the team is helping me behind the scenes here, so perhaps if there are specific questions that I'm missing, then you could post them in our private chat here so that I can see them. And thank you in advance for your help today. Okay, let us get on and look at what we've got. We're going to start with Spanish. With Spanish, we have 4 main courses. So we've got Coffee Break Spanish Seasons 1, 2, 3 and 4, going from an absolute beginner level up to an advanced level. We also have some other materials that help you build out your Spanish at a kind of intermediate level. And I'll be talking a little bit about the specific levels a bit later on. But our comments here, let me just do one thing. Okay. So in addition to our 4 main courses, we have shorter courses. So we've got courses like the Coffee Break Spanish magazine, our Espresso series, En Marcha con Coffee Break Spanish. There's Coffee Break Spanish travel diaries. So there's a whole range of courses that allow you to take your Spanish further. And these courses that you're seeing, most of these are around the intermediate level to help you build that intermediate level and take it on further. So with Spanish, you have this range of courses. With German, you've not got quite as many courses. We started German later. So currently we have 2 main seasons of German, and the seasons are 40 lessons long. So each of the seasons that you saw with Coffee Break Spanish there, the seasons that you see with Coffee Break German here, the main seasons, those are 40 lessons long. The shorter seasons, the shorter series, like the Coffee Break German magazine with the travel diaries, and the same with the shorter Spanish series, these are 10 lessons long. So these are shorter series allowing you to build your confidence in a particular area. So with German, that's our range. We have 4 main courses in German. We also have the same in Italian. So Coffee Break Italian Season 1, Italian Season 2, taking you from a beginner's level to an intermediate level, with the magazine and travel diaries building out that intermediate level. With French, we have quite a range of materials. We've got 4 full seasons, so 4 seasons of 40 lessons each, Season 1, 2, 3 and 4, going again from absolute beginners at A1 level in Coffee Break Season 1 through to a B2C1 level in Season 4. Again, with French, we've got shorter courses. So our shorter courses include things like the magazine, En route avec Coffee Break French, the travel diaries, our Verb Fix course, which helps you fix your verbs, master your French verbs. And with French, we also have a new course that we've been working on this year, and that's called La Vérité éclate toujours. It's an advanced course. It's working at a C2 level, C1, C2 level. And that would help you increase your range of vocabulary, build your understanding of grammar, and ultimately understand French in the kind of French that would be written for native speakers. So that's La Vérité éclate toujours for advanced French speakers. We also, in our Coffee Break range, have other content. We have our Coffee Break Chinese materials. So that's season 1 of Coffee Break Chinese, introducing you to the Chinese language, the Mandarin Chinese, taking it from absolute zero. So if you've ever wanted to learn Chinese, this is the best way to do it. You will learn Chinese from absolute zero up to a level where you can cope with most situations you'd find yourself traveling in China or a Chinese-speaking area. And again, this is Mandarin Chinese, just to be clear. We also, and I know that here today we've got some Swedish learners, so we also have Coffee Break Swedish, and that's Coffee Break Swedish Season 1. Now, Season 1 is halfway through publishing. So we started publishing this year, and we're publishing lessons every 2 weeks. We've reached lesson 20, and then lessons 21 to 40 will come after the new year. Although for our Coffee Break Swedish followers who are following us today, we do have something a little extra that's coming just to round off the year, some cultural content, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that. That will be out tomorrow, so you can look forward to a little bit of Swedish culture at what is a very special time of year in Sweden. So that's coming tomorrow. But our Coffee Break Swedish course will complete with 40 lessons, just like our other courses, over the course of 2021. And we'll build our knowledge and build our confidence with Swedish in that time. Obviously, right now, if you purchase it, you would be able to access all the 20 lessons from 1 to 20. And when the new ones are available, they'll be added into the Coffee Break Academy. Now, I mentioned the Coffee Break Academy there. The Coffee Break Academy is our website. It's the website where we have all our premium courses. All the online courses are held within the Coffee Break Academy. Now, these are self-access courses. They're not courses that you turn up to at a particular time or anything like that. You can please yourself. And the crucial thing here is that we try to produce the kind of content that you can use where and when it suits you. Be that on a coffee break, be that when you're, I don't know, walking the dog out for a run, or in the car, or when you're doing household chores, any of these situations. All of these are scenarios, situations where you be doing something else like learning a language. So in order to provide that kind of material for you, we produce all of these courses, which are completely self-access. You can access them where and when you want and use them in the way that it suits you best. Let me see if I can show you this. Hopefully this will work. Let me do just one thing here. Yep, okay, so we can bring the Coffee Break Academy on the screen here. So you should be able to see this. Coffee Break Academy, this is our website. So you can see all the courses, the current featured courses here on the front page are there. If we click on View All Courses, you'll see all of the courses that are available across all of our languages. And there's a whole range of courses available here in different languages. I should also mention our High Five courses. These are courses for younger learners, so High Five is also part of our online sale at the moment. High Five is a course which will allow younger learners to learn French or Spanish, alongside, in the case of French, we've got Emma, who is learning French with her friend Mathilde. So these are video lessons where you can join Emma as she learns French in France with her friend Mathilde. And in the case of Spanish, we've got Sophie, who's learning with her friends Miguel and Maria. Again, all filmed in Spain, and each of these lessons are video lessons where your children, your grandchildren can learn along with Sophie and Emma. And in a sense, it's very similar to the idea that we've got in Coffee Break, where, for example, in French, where Anna is learning with me as her teacher, Cara in Spanish learning with me as her teacher. In Swedish, I am learning with Hannah as my teacher. So we've got a learner and a teacher. And with High Five, it's exactly the same. We've got a learner, who's Emma or Sophie, and their teacher, in inverted commas, I guess, are young people the same age as them. So it's the perfect teacher for a younger learner. So just coming back to the Coffee Break Academy, you can see all of this here is available, and you can, for example, search by language. So let's see all our French courses here, and you can find all of the French courses and choose the one that suits you best. And each one will be explained. So if you go to the page for the particular course, everything will be explained there. What does the course contain? How does it work? What each lesson contains, then an outline of the class. We click on this little downwards arrow here, and you can see everything that's included in the course with video, audio, notes, and so on. And you can also get a sample, so you can preview lesson 1 to get a feel for what this looks like on the Coffee Break Academy. So that's the website. That's where you can find everything that you need to know about the Coffee Break Academy and about our courses. Okay. Now, I said that there is a coupon code that we need you to use at the moment, and that coupon code is BF2020, and that's what's going to get you 40% off all of your purchases this weekend until Tuesday. So without using that, you will not get the discount. If you use that coupon code, you will get the discount. That's the very important thing. Now, I have got a number of questions that we've had by email. I know that there are questions coming in here. I will definitely deal with everyone's question. Let me deal first of all with the ones that have come in before today by email. So we'll go through some of these. Some of these may well answer your question, but I promise I'll get to all your questions before we finish this broadcast. Let's take then our first question. And this is something that many people ask. What is the difference between the free podcasts and the online course? So you'll know that we offer free podcasts. We've been offering free podcasts since basically podcasts were invented almost. The podcast idea kind of began in 2005. By 2006, we were publishing Coffee Break Spanish, and we've continued to publish for the past 14 years across a number of languages, 31 languages in total with our 1-minute courses added in. And all of what the podcast content is free. So you can learn a language, you can build your skills, you can build your understanding with the language by using our free podcasts. They're available on our website at radiolingua.com, coffeebreaklanguages.com. They're also available on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. So you can use the podcast happily and without any cost involved if that's the way you want to go. However, in addition to the podcast, we also provide online courses. And by online courses, I mean extra content which will help you take your learning further. It will help you take your learning faster, in a sense. You'll be able to build on that content more quickly because they provide the kind of content that will help you understand the language more. And that's what we have in the Coffee Break Academy, where we store all our online courses. And each course has perhaps different types of content. So let me show you briefly. I should be able to do this. So if we go to this button here, this is us within Coffee Break Swedish as an example. So you can see here for each lesson, we've got a video, we've got audio materials, we've got lesson notes, and we've got bonus audio. So let's jump into telling the time in Swedish here. If I click on this, we can see that there's a video. Just going to check the volume here. I think that should be okay. So if I play the video. Coffee Break Swedish Season 1, Lesson 19. Hej och välkomna till Coffee Break Swedish. Jag heter Mark.
Och jag heter Hanna.
Hur mår du, Hanna?
Jag mår bra.
So you can see as we're listening to the audio, we can see the words and phrases on the screen. And as we jump ahead, you'll see that these words and phrases are written in larger format on the screen. So you'll be able to see that on the screen of your device. And we can highlight certain words. So if we're talking about...
Klockan är 1:15.
This is talking about time in Swedish.
Kvart.
And we can highlight particular words and so on. So those are the video versions, and we have them for all of our Season 1 and 2 courses. We also provide the audio, of course, that you can download, the lesson notes, which will give you a feel for the information that we covered in the lesson, but also provide extra information and give you a chance to build your confidence and also some bonus vocabulary there in the lesson notes with further explanations. And then our bonus audio content. Our bonus audio content gives you the chance to consolidate what you've learned in the main lesson. So if we've covered something in the main lesson, the podcast, then we'll go through it in the bonus audio and give you a chance to use that further. Now, the one thing I would say is that if you are watching this and you are already a user of one of our premium courses and you enjoy the materials that have been provided within those courses, please do feel free to mention that in the comments, because it's always great to have the feedback. Equally, it's great if you can tell other learners who are perhaps considering signing up for the bonus materials. Your comments on that will be useful to them. So please do let us know what you think of the premium materials, and that way other learners can also find out more about them. Okay, so that is the difference between the free podcasts and the online course. Another question, how do I know where to start? And I think this is possibly one of the most common questions that we get, because we've got all these different courses, and yes, you can go through Season 1 and then move to Season 2 and then move to Season 3 and Season 4 and so on. However, with some of our courses, some of them kind of fit in between different courses. You may or may not be familiar with the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, the CEFR. And the CEFR is a system whereby at levels A1 and A2 are very approximately beginners. This is very much generalising things, but A1 is a beginner's level, A2 is moving on from beginners into intermediate, B1 and B2 are intermediate and then upper intermediate in a sense, C1 advanced and C2 very advanced. Again, I am very much simplifying things here by saying this, but I just want to kind of give you an overview of the CEFR and where our courses fit. So our CBF 1 and CBF 2 would be, well, let's start with CBF 1. That would be moving from A1 into A2. By the time you're working on CBF 2, you're moving from A2 into B1. And that's where our travel diaries fit in. So our travel diaries would fit in around that time, and around the A2 into B1 level. Our CBF 3 would be intermediate, pushing into B2, and that's where the magazine comes in around that time as well. We have a course called En Route, and that would be B2 moving onwards from there. A lot of the content there is quite fast, En Route features lots of authentic conversations with native speakers, as we've done lots of interviews in the case of En Route in the south of France. And then moving on, we've got CBF 4, so Season 4 into C1, and Helvète, La Vérité éclate toujours, C1 into C2. So that gives you an overview of our French content. Similarly, with Spanish, it's very similar. We don't have an Helvète equivalent in Spanish yet, but that's where our content fits there. So if you're looking at Italian and German will be similar, although with Italian and German, Coffee Break Italian Season 2 and Coffee Break German Season 2 will be right into B1 and maybe in certain elements into B2, and the magazine and the travel diaries will come at similar levels there. So I hope that kind of overall explains a little more about where you would start, which level would suit you best. Let's move on and answer some more questions that we've been working on beforehand, or we've had beforehand. How do the courses match the podcast seasons? Well, when we talk about Season 1 on the podcast, we're talking about Season 1. The slightly complicated thing is that if you use Apple Podcasts on your phone or your iPad, then Apple Podcasts names seasons on the basis of the next season that is produced. So if we've got Season 1 of Coffee Break Italian, then Apple Podcasts will call that Season 1. If our next season that we release is Coffee Break Italian Season 2, then Apple Podcasts will call that Season 2. If our next series that we release is the Coffee Break Italian magazine, we're not calling that Season 3, but because it's the third season that we're putting out on Apple Podcasts will call that Season 3. It's not Coffee Break Italian Season 3, but Apple Podcasts will look at that as Season 3. And then our fourth season that we put out was the Travel Diaries. And again, Apple Podcasts look at that and they think it's the fourth season that we're publishing. So let's call it Coffee Break Italian Season 4, but it's not Season 4. Our seasons are different. So we've done Season 1 and Season 2 with German and Italian, and then our other courses, and then we will at some point have a Season 3 according to what we regard as Season 3 in our levels. I hope that makes sense. It's a little bit complicated, but it's an Apple thing. Apple use the season terminology in a slightly different way from how we are using it. Okay. Moving on, are the courses one-off purchases or recurring payments? And I've actually just seen that question coming in as well. They are one-off purchases. Everything that we've talked about here today is a one-off purchase, meaning is that you pay once for the course. So let's take Swedish Season 1, you pay once for that and you have access to that for as long as you need. There's no recurring purchase, there's no annual purchase, there's no monthly purchase, anything like that. It's a one-off payment and you pay that one-off payment and you have access to that course. You can download it to your own device, you can store it indefinitely on your own computer, you can store it on multiple devices, you can have the audio content on your phone and the audio and the video on your tablet and the lesson notes on your computer for printing out, all that kind of thing. That's no problem, but it's one payment. If you decide then to move on from Coffee Break Italian Season 1 and you want to do Season 2, then that's entirely, you can entirely choose to do that, but that's another payment. So that's a second payment for Coffee Break Italian Season 2. Again, you'll pay once for that, and that's you. And if you wanted to go on to a further course, you would pay once for that, and that's you. So the payments are not one payment and you get everything. It's one payment and you get that course. And then once you've completed that course, if you want to continue, you can go on and buy the next course. I hope that is clear. Next question, how much do the courses cost? Well, it depends a little on which course you're talking about. Our main seasons, the 40 lesson courses, I've got a graphic here that explains this. So the normal price for a season of Coffee Break French, German, Spanish, Italian, Chinese, Swedish, for a single season with 40 lessons would be in the UK £96. That's reduced at the moment to £57.60. So it's a huge saving, 40% as I've said. Now those prices include VAT in the UK and indeed all through Europe. We have a VAT system. It's basically a tax that is paid on these kind of courses. So that's the same tax that's paid all across Europe at different levels. So if you're on our website and you'll see the prices, you will see them in whichever European country you're in with your local VAT rate. So if you're in Hungary, you will see it with Hungarian VAT rate. If you're in Estonia, you'll see it with Estonian VAT rate on it. If you're not in the EU, then you'll not see the price with VAT. You won't be paying any VAT at all. So those prices I'm quoting there include VAT for the UK. You'll notice the US dollars price, it's in the smaller text down below. So for one season, the normal price is $104 and the 40% off is $62.40. Now, you can choose to buy a bundle of 2 seasons. So, for example, you could choose for Coffee Break German Seasons 1 and 2 together. And there's a slightly discounted price there. So the normal discounted price would be £174 down to £104.40 right now. And again, the US price there, $183 down to $109.80. Likewise, you could opt to have 3 seasons if you're buying Coffee Break French or Coffee Break Spanish, seasons 1, 2 and 3, or 2, 3 and 4. In that case, it's $252 down to $151.20. And if it's 4 seasons, then it would be $306 down to $183.60. So I hope all of that makes sense. What I'm going to do here is just jump over to our Coffee Break Academy again and just show you what happens there when you click on sign up for the course. Now, when I click sign up for the course, I can see, let me just enlarge that a little so that it's clearer. So when I have the opportunity here to see the pricing, this price that's quoted to me here, £96, that is the one that includes VAT for me because I'm in the UK currently. So it's including VAT. If I were in the US at the moment and I clicked on that same page, then that price would be showing as £80 sterling because it would not be including VAT. Now, the US price, again, this is shown for me with VAT. But if I were in the US at the moment, or indeed in Australia or wherever else, that would be showing as $104. So these are shown for you, wherever you are, with the correct price. I hope that explains. Okay, next question. How long does each course take to complete? So this is another good question. It really depends on you. It depends on how much time you've got. It depends on the amount of time that you want to invest in the course. All of our courses are built around the idea that everyone is busy. Everyone is busy with work things or looking after family members or studies or whatever it may be. But we always feel that even if you are busy, it's possible to spend some time learning a language in the time that you have available. Maybe it just means switching off Netflix for half an hour or something like that and focusing on your language learning. And if you've got time to do that, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, then you can be working through our courses on a regular basis. Many learners look at our seasons and look at the seasons as a kind of year-long task, so 40 lessons over the course of a year. Now, that's entirely possible. You can work through those 40 lessons comfortably within the course of a year. Some learners have more time to dedicate to it and therefore can work more quickly and do the full course in, say, 6 months or even faster than that. I'm talking about our 40 lesson courses at the moment. Our shorter courses, 10 lessons, some of them involve a huge amount of content for just that one lesson. So you can spin that content out over a week or even 2 weeks, depending again on how long you have available. And I should also mention, we looked at the pricing earlier for the full courses. The pricing for the shorter courses is obviously lower than that. So when we are, if I'll just jump back to this page here, you can see here, for example, our travel diaries, rather than £96 is the base price including VAT, the price including VAT for me is £20.40, so that's £17 plus VAT for our travel diaries. Same for our To-Go series. The magazine is £32.40, again, including VAT. So different prices for different courses there. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so next question. I'm going through these questions quite quickly. I know we've got lots of questions and I'm definitely going to answer every one of your questions, I promise. But these are questions that have come in by email and we're answering them first, and then we'll get to the questions that you've been sending us during this session. So can you listen on any device? Yes. Our content is made up of audio, MP3 files, video, MP4 files, and text content, which are PDFs. So you view these on any device, be that a phone, a tablet, a computer, whatever kind of device you have access to. Now, the contents can be downloaded to your own device and you can store them. If you're working with a computer, you simply download the things like the files as you would download any file. You can store them in the folder that you organise and so on. You can print out your lesson notes. Many people print them out and keep them in binders to keep them all together. So if you're using a tablet, there may be some additional app required for using on a tablet. So for example, on an iPad, the iPad itself does have the Files app within it. So the Files app allows you to store things, and you can definitely store all the content within Files. The iPad itself and the iPhone are slightly different in terms of how they store files, and these are restrictions of the device itself as opposed to our content. But we also recommend an app called Documents, which allows you to download and store everything in the one place. It's got a fantastic media player, so you can queue things if you're going out for a run and you want to listen to multiple podcasts while you're out for a run. You can do all that. You can listen to things fast. You can listen to things slow. You can skip forward, skip back. So Documents is a brilliant app to organise everything and store everything on your local device if you're on an iPad or an iPhone. And we've got videos to help you do just that. So yes, you can listen on any device and you can also download things to your own device to store them. How do you apply the discount code? Let me take you back here. Let's say we're going to buy the bundle of High Five French for £96. So I'm going to click on sign up for the course. This is just an example. It says here it's £96, so I'm happy to go with that. Let's go for sign up for the course. And this is the bit that's very important. So let me just increase the size of this again so that we can see it nice and clearly. So my order summary, we're buying High Five French Complete. Now, as I said, the course price is £96 for me because that includes £16, which is 20% VAT for the United Kingdom. Again, that would show differently if I'm in a different EU country where the VAT rate is different. But the base price is £80. If I was paying in dollars, I would have the same information here with the dollar amounts. But this button here is the most important button this week. Okay, click here to add coupon. When I click there, I am just going to enter the coupon key code here. So BF2020, and that's in capital letters, BF2020. And this bit is equally important. I click apply. And now you see what's happened. It has taken £32 off those £80 to begin with, then again adding in the VAT, so went down to 48 and added in the £9.60 VAT, giving us a final total of £57.60. So again, that's exactly what we saw on that slide there, the £57.60 for the base price of £96. But the crucial thing is, of course, that you do need to apply that discount code. You do need to enter, so I'll just show that again. You click here to add the coupon, then enter BF 2020 for Black Friday 2020, obviously, and click apply, and that's how the money is taken off. That's how it's taken off on the checkout. So you must do that in order to benefit from the discount at the moment. Okay, next question. Can I use the code more than once? Yes, you can use the code as many times as you like. If you would like to buy all of our French courses, then simply go through each one and buy it with the discount code. We don't have a shopping cart system, so the platform that we use for the Coffee Break Academy doesn't have that function. So you do need to buy courses individually, but or unless you want to go for one of the bundles of the multiple seasons. But you do need to put in that code each time. So don't forget to put in the coupon code each time, but you can use it as many times as you want. We're almost there with these questions that we've pre-prepared. The prize draw, we're actually running a prize draw this week as well. Okay, it's linked in a sense to the Black Friday sale, but we are running a prize draw in which we're going to be giving our entire learning library. So that's every course we've ever created, over 70 courses across 31 languages. And we're going to be giving that whole library to 4 lucky winners next week. Now, in order to enter this, all you need to do is put in that coupon code BF2020 at checkout when you are checking out, and you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. Now, if you prefer not to do that, there are other ways to enter, and in order to find out all about that, just head to our website. I think I've got that here. Yep, so radiolingua.com/BF2020. There's all the information there about entering the giveaway. You can enter by email on that page. But that's how you enter. If you use the coupon code, you'll automatically be entered, and there are alternative ways, as I said, on the website. Final one of our prepared or pre-asked questions, and that's a very important one. When does the sale end? The sale ends, as I've already said, on Tuesday evening, our time in the UK. So that's 11:55 p.m. And that will be 6:55 Eastern, and the other time zones. I'm sure you can work out on the basis of that. But after that point, we cannot apply the coupon code, so you must use it before 11:55 on Tuesday. And I have to say, every time we do a sale, we don't do sales. Ultimately, we only ever do a sale at Black Friday. Our next sale will not be until Black Friday 2021, I would imagine. So every Black Friday, what happens is that on the Wednesday, the next day, we get emails saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot to enter the coupon code. Can I use it? Can I still use it?" And the coupon code does not work after that time. It's set to time out at 11:55 on Tuesday. So in order to take advantage of this, you really, really, really do need to use that coupon code at checkout, because you'll not be able to apply it after the event. So I hope that answers some of your questions. I know we've got a number of other questions here. Let me just bring this screen back so that I can see myself and see your questions. I'm scrolling through here. Some very kind comments. Thank you. Thank you for all of these comments. Right, so here's one here. Hans is saying, hope you'll talk about downloading to iPhone. It doesn't work for me. So Hans, first of all, we have got a brand new video, and I think the team might be able to post you the direct link to that video. And that we've been making some new help videos, so it is working absolutely perfectly. If you are able to watch that video, it will work perfectly. You'll be delighted because everything downloads really easily and you can use it very, very easily on your iPhone. So I hope that helps you. Lots of you saying which languages you're learning. Fantastic. Right. Charlotte is saying, I'm in New York and have been studying French and Spanish and some German with Coffee Break. Fantastic. For the Spanish and French courses, what order would you recommend doing the Coffee Break courses after Coffee Break Season 2? Well, as I said earlier, hopefully this slide made some sense for you, Charlotte. I would suggest after Season 2, if you've not done the travel diaries yet, do the travel diaries. Once you've done the travel diaries, move on to the magazine. Then try Season 3 and then move on to En Route and then Season 4 and onwards. So that's my suggestion in terms of level. So travel diaries, then magazine, and then Season 3. That's how I would work it, Charlotte. I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's keep going. So Owen's asking, when is the German masterclass? The German masterclass is not something that we are currently working on. We hope at some point in the future to have a similar masterclass for the German language. We've got a French and Spanish masterclass, and these come around the Season 3 level. So it's definitely something that we would look at in the future, but we're currently focusing all our attention with German on getting our next materials ready, and that's another season of the travel diaries. We've got some magazine content, and of course we're working on Season 3 too. So I hope that answers your question, Owen. Summer's asking, can I get a bundle of Coffee Break Spanish Seasons 3 and 4? Yes, you can indeed. The bundles are on the website. So let me I think I can go back here to show you this. Let me do this 1 wee second. Yep, so if we go to view all courses here, so just go up here to categories, and then we should have... Yeah, so you can see that one of the sections here is bundles. So we can go there, click on bundles, and then you'll be able to see the Spanish bundles. So there's 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3 and 4. So Summer, you can click there and you can get access to Seasons 3 and 4 together in a bundle. Good. Darren's asking, Pregunta, do you live in Spain? No, I live in Scotland, in sunny Scotland. Been a wee bit dreich today, not very sunny today, but it was a lovely day yesterday. But very fond of very many parts of Spain, and have lived in Spain in the past, Darren. Okay, Charlotte is asking, for Spanish and French courses that have so many options, would you recommend doing the... Oh, right, okay, sorry, I've already answered that question, Charlotte, so hopefully that makes sense now to you. Let me see. Zoe's asking, will you be creating premium versions of other seasons of Coffee Break Italian? Right now, there are only premium versions for Seasons 1 and 2. Okay, so right now, we only have, of our main Seasons 1 and 2, and yes, they have premium versions, Zoe. So Season 1 and Season 2 have premium versions, but we also have premium versions of the Coffee Break Italian magazine and the travel diaries. So those have bonus elements as well. And with the magazine, our bonus elements include the lesson text, so you're able to read the text with lesson notes explaining all the vocabulary, the words and phrases there. We also provide exercises and vocabulary lists for the Coffee Break Italian magazine. For the travel diaries, we provide again texts, and we also provide our pronunciation practice video where you're seeing the words and phrases on the screen, but we leave space for you to repeat after Sylvia reads the texts of the travel diaries. So I hope that answers your question. We will at some point in the future have a Season 3, but Season 3 is not available yet, and therefore once it is available, of course, we will have a premium version of Season 3, Zoe. Okay, Yumna is asking, are there plans to make a one-cost all-access membership for those of us like me who love learning languages all the time? That's not something that we are considering at the moment, Yumna. I think that is something potentially we may do in the future, or for parts of what we offer in the future. I think what normally happens is that people do tend to have one language interest, and because of the multiple levels of different languages, it's difficult to put one price on, if we had exactly the same content across all languages, then it would be easy to have some kind of cost that would cover all of that. But also at the moment, most of our products are done on the basis of a single purchase, a one-off purchase for the course. Where it becomes a subscription, then there is the necessity to constantly add new content to that. So with our courses, we like to focus on the materials for that particular course. So I hope that answers your question, Yumna. Pascal is saying, just a huge thank you. Coffee Break Languages has been an incredible find and has inspired me to revisit French and Italian. I've been studying ASL already, but I'm excited to add these in. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Pascal. Okay, I'm really going through all of these questions. Tamara is saying, seeking beginner German, advanced Spanish. So, beginner German season 1 of Coffee Break German and advanced Spanish season 4 of Coffee Break Spanish. I would suggest you have a look at those ones. Faviolani is saying, please do Lithuanian language one day. It's a beautiful language. We do hope to add at least a 1 minute Lithuanian at some point. Right, let me see. Tota is saying, do you have free grants for people who are unable to pay or have difficult financial circumstances? Well, what we do offer, and we offer an enormous amount of free content already. All of our audio content is available for free, and you can access all of that in many ways on many platforms. So we do offer an enormous amount of free content. We have free live lessons regularly. This coming week, we've got a live lesson in German and a live lesson in Spanish. We have a huge amount of free content that's going out every week on Facebook, where we are providing language challenges, we're providing culture information, and so on. So all of this content that we make available for free is being used by hundreds of thousands of people every single month. In fact, probably more than that, millions of people every month. And in order to be able to create that free content, we need to be able to pay people to write it. We need to be able to employ people to record things. So if we are going to pay people to do that, then we also need some people to buy our premium content. And so that's why we are very grateful to those of you who do subscribe to our premium content, because every penny that you spend on that will go, or every cent or penny or whatever you spend on that will go to creating more content, both free content and more premium content. So it is, we do offer a huge amount of free content. We have to make, we have to be able to continue to produce that, and in doing so, we basically charge for the online courses. I hope that explains it. I hope that's what you're saying. Darren's saying only 4 people watching. Well, at we are broadcasting on 8 different pages today. We have got currently around 170 people watching. So there we go. Let's see. Anne is saying, fingers crossed that someday there will be a larger range of intermediate and advanced classes in Italian like those offered in French. We very much hope so too, and we will continue to create content as long as we can. Eileen saying, a question. I'm doing the French masterclass and loving it. What course would naturally follow this, as I could buy now to start next year? Yep, that definitely makes sense, buying now to start next year, Eileen. What I would say is that if you've not yet done Season 3, then you'll find Season 3 is something that you can probably move through quite quickly, having done the masterclass, because the level will be similar. If you've done Season 3 already, then Season 4 would definitely make sense after the masterclass. But again, thinking of that slide that I put up a little earlier, this idea of being in the middle, in this intermediate area, what the masterclass is doing is giving you this really solid understanding of grammar at that level. And so the likes of the magazine and En Route and Season 3, what they're doing is giving you more access to the language, more experience of the language, and allowing you to develop your understanding at that level further, increasing your vocabulary, increasing your understanding of grammar as you see it more. So if you've done the masterclass and you've not yet done Season 3 or En Route or the magazine, I would say go that way. If you've already done Season 3 and those other ones, then definitely Season 4. And again, the masterclass will have equipped you with a lot of solid understanding of things to help you take forward the grammar of Season 4. Bartolo is saying, do you plan to start a Coffee Break English course in the future. We've already started a Coffee Break English in Spanish, so we're delivering podcast episodes of Coffee Break English in Spanish at the moment, but we are in the new year going to be launching a Coffee Break English course, which will be delivered entirely in English and therefore available to anyone who is learning English. Obviously, the early lessons will be in very simple, slow English, and as we go on, we're going to be developing more content for English learners. So that's definitely coming in the future. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Nick saying, I listened to the Coffee Break Italian podcast and have just recently purchased the first and second seasons, which I'm about to start. I was wondering if there is or if there are any plans for a way to connect people to practice with each other. The hardest part for me is not being able to practice speaking and conversing with others. Okay, Nick, that's a good question. And it's something, again, we get asked very often. At the moment, we don't provide any system whereby people can get in touch with other learners and speak to them, or indeed with native speakers and speak to them. There are lots of systems, there are websites, there are apps out there which allow you to do that. Yesterday, a few people mentioned HelloTalk as one of the apps where you can practice your language skills. We've talked in the past about italki, where you can sign up for sessions with native speakers and teachers. As a company, what we focus on is providing the kind of materials that you can use in your spare time, in the time that you have available to do the learning. Now, there are lots and lots of other resources out there which will be very much complementary to that. So you can use apps to practice, you can use systems where you can have one-on-one conversations with people. But we feel we provide the best lessons that will help you learn in your own time, and then the other systems are really good at providing the best way to speak to native speakers in a safe and way. With something like italki or an app that will allow you to practice grammar and so on. So each organisation does things very well. What we feel we do very well is provide the content that you can use, and then let other people do, or other organisations do those other aspects of it. So that's maybe a kind of roundabout answer to your question, but I hope it helps to explain. Let's see. Question. So Owen's asking, is Coffee Break Spanish Castilian or South American, and does it make a difference which one I learn? I'm in America, so I don't know if it makes a difference. That's a question. We were actually talking about this on the Spanish session yesterday. If you can understand what I'm saying in English, when I'm speaking in English, I'm from Scotland. I use Scottish accented English. I sometimes say some Scottish words. I'll say, for example, the word wee rather than small or little. So I'm a wee bit tired this afternoon. I'm a little bit tired this afternoon. But if you're understanding what I'm saying, then you would understand, or a native Spanish speaker would understand you, regardless of what Spanish you've learned. I think the idea of Spain Spanish and Latin American Spanish is wrong, because there are many different types of Spanish in Spain and there are many different types of Spanish in Latin America. But when I speak my Spanish that I learned in Spain, and when I lived in Spain and studied there, my Spanish that I learned, when I speak to an Argentinian, the Argentinian understands me. When I speak to someone from Chile, they understand me. When I speak to a Mexican, they'll understand me. Now, the Mexican might use different words for certain things, like a Mexican might say jugo instead of zumo. I would say zumo for juice, un zumo de naranja, for example, and a Mexican would say un jugo de naranja. But that, once you've kind of established, oh yeah, there's a different word for that here, fine. There's a different word in English for different things in different parts of the English-speaking world. I talk about the bin. I'm sure many of you talk about the trash or the trash can or something like that. So language changes from country to country. And wherever it's spoken, it's the richness of that language, the richness of being able to use it in different ways, that is, I think, one of the wonderful things about language. And it's a great talking point in order to be able to use the language. It's a great talking point to find out more about how different people say different things. So coming back to your question, Owen, is it Coffee Break Spanish Castilian or South American Spanish? What we do at the very beginning of Coffee Break Spanish is focus on one form of pronunciation. In the first 4 or 5 lessons, we focus on, as it were, Spain Spanish, standard Spain Spanish. However, by lesson 4 or 5, when we've come across words or phrases that have different pronunciations in other countries, then we'll mention that. So if we're talking, the word that comes to mind immediately is zapato. Zapato is a shoe. Now, we don't talk about shoes in lesson 4 or 5. I don't know what we do, but that's the word that has come to mind just now. So if we talked about zapato in Coffee Break Spanish in an earlier lesson, we would also mention that you may hear this pronounced as zapato in different parts of the Spanish-speaking world. And as time goes on, you'll hear more and more different accents as we go through all the courses. And we'll bring up different expressions that are used if we're teaching a particular expression in our masterclass, then or any of the courses that's used in Spain, then we would also teach the version that's used in other countries too. So I hope that answers your question, Owen. Okay, Pat's asking how long do I have access to a course I've paid for? So I've mentioned that already. You have access for as long as you need. You can download it to your own device and keep it forever. So hopefully that makes sense. James is saying, I've enjoyed season 3 and learnt tons. I'm going to start season 4 and save some dollars. Fantastic. Pat saying, I purchased a course in the summer, it suddenly disappeared. Get in touch with us, Pat. I would say if you've bought that on an app, then you need to be very careful, because unfortunately there are apps available on some of the app stores in certain countries which are illegal copies of our content. So if you've bought a Coffee Break Spanish or Italian or French or whatever through an app, and you've bought it on your device in Google Play Store or in the iOS Store, this is a stolen content. So you're buying it from someone who has stolen our content. We've been through the legal process many times with Apple and with Google to have these apps removed from the App Store. We did not receive your funds if you paid for that on the app. You would need to get in touch with the App Store to have that refunded. The only place where you can buy our courses is on the Coffee Break Academy. You use them within the website in the Coffee Break Academy, and you can download them, as I said, to your device. You can use an app like Documents to store everything on your own device. But we do not currently make a Coffee Break app. Therefore, please don't buy a Coffee Break app. That is quite important to say. So do get in touch with us, Pat. If you just email team@coffeebreaklanguages.com, then we can help you out with that, if that's the case. Wendy's saying, all the Coffee Break premium courses are well worth purchasing. I started as a beginner and now learning at B2C1 level, and I'm learning a lot in a very enjoyable way. Thank you very much, Wendy. That's great to know. Yana is saying, I used to listen to Coffee Break Spanish a couple of years ago. I'm now ready for Coffee Break Italian. Benissimo. Fantastic. Fernando, hey Mark, but for Swedish is building level as we speak, right? It means the only beginner level available just now. Yes, so for Swedish we just have Coffee Break Swedish Season 1 at the moment. That's our first level, and hopefully we'll be adding to that in the future. But we're halfway through at the moment with Season 1, and we'll be adding the remaining 20 lessons in 2021. Then after that, who knows what will come. Okay, L. Smith. Question. When you purchase the courses, are they available to you forever or during a set time? Can we download? Yes, so we've already answered this. You can indeed download them to your device. You can keep them forever. You will be able to access them in the Coffee Break Academy too, and you'll continue to have your account in the Coffee Break Academy for as long as you need it. And the same with the extra content. So all the premium content, you'll be able to download that. When you log into the Coffee Break Academy, you'll see your courses and you can download them. Jody is asking, do you have a bundle for Spanish 2 and 3? Yeah, we showed you earlier on the bundles. It's possible to download those or to purchase 2 and 3 together. Okay, getting through these comments. Thank you for posting all the questions. Let's see. Zane is saying, for Coffee Breaks to Go, do natives speak with concern to be understood by learners, so more basically, or do they speak naturally? Okay. With our Coffee Break to Go videos, which are available on YouTube and also on our website, so you can access them, all the videos there. For those series, we do not say to the people that we're interviewing, can you please speak slowly for learners? Some of them will speak quickly, some of them will speak more slowly. They'll all be using their own accents and their own way of speaking. So you're listening there to as authentic Italian, French, Spanish, German as you can get. So I hope that answers your question. Lisa is saying, I'm finding the To Go series with Pierre Renoir very helpful, as I never understand what real French people say. They speak so fast and their colloquialisms, especially word that young people use, the material that goes to explain it is so useful, worth every penny. Fantastic, Lisa. So that is our Coffee Break Spanish, French, Italian, German To Go series. And series 1 is for beginners. In a sense, you're listening to more simple answers. Series 2 for more advanced native speakers. Sorry, for more advanced learners. Joseph is asking, do you have any plans to add Danish? I am using Pimsleur, but would purchase from you all as well. Thank you, Joseph. At the moment, we don't have any immediate plans to add Danish. We do have 1 Minute Danish, our introductory course in Danish, but we don't have a Coffee Break Danish as yet, perhaps in the future. So Saul is saying, Ola from Atlanta, I'm excited to give this a go in more advanced French, Spanish and some Italian. Having grown up in Europe and Canada, I've been enamoured of languages. Fantastic. Coffee Break seems like a delightful and fantastic complement to other systems I've gone through, such as Assimil and Pimsleur. A cup of Java for all tastes. Indeed. Thank you, Saul. Right, okay, this is a big question. Alexis is asking, what are the methodological differences between Coffee Break and Rosetta Stone, Pimsleur, Babbel? We probably don't have time to go through all of this in detail at the moment. It's a huge question. But what you find with Rosetta Stone, for example, you are looking at you're learning how to create the sentence on the basis of exposure to the languages in a similar way to how a child would do so. And that's kind of similar to Duolingo. Pimsleur, you're learning to respond to statements. So, for example, you're prompted in speaking in a particular way, saying that you very often are an American and you would like to buy a beer or something like that. It's the Pimsleur content allows you to develop the confidence in particular phrases. What we try to do is help you know what to say when you need to say it. But not only that, we want to help you know why you are saying what it is when you're wanting to say it. And the difference, in a sense, is that in many of these other situations, you're doing the learning yourself. You're kind of on your own path. You have to take your own path, and your brain assimilates that learning, and you work through the content and develop the understanding there. What we try to do is help you along that road and in a sense, hold your hand as you're going along that road. And all of the courses have been created in such a way that the learning experience that you're having is just like a learning experience in a classroom, but you can do that in your own time, in your own way, and so on. So we try to, in a sense, hold your hand as you're learning, give you an opportunity to learn, but you're also learning alongside a learner. So in all our beginners courses, there is a learner. In French, it's Anna, Cara, in Spanish, in German, it's me, in Chinese, it's me. And you're learning alongside the learner. So when the learner asks a question, it may well be a question that you have. When the learner gets something wrong, it may be a mistake that you would make. So when the teacher nicely corrects the learner or answers the learner's question, you're benefiting from that too. So hopefully that gives a quick summary of our methodology. I hope that makes sense, Alexis. Tamian is saying, you mentioned yesterday that if you're confident in certain things, you could purchase course 2 rather than starting course 1. Could you please review that? Okay. So with our season 2 content, if you're already comfortable with the basics, if you're already comfortable with the transactional language, the kind of language that you would use if you're traveling in the country or a country where the language is spoken, if you're comfortable in ordering a coffee, if you're comfortable in introducing yourself and saying a little about yourself and asking other people about what they do or who they are or their family or so on, then I would say that you're ready for season 2. If you feel, well, yeah, I could order a coffee, but I don't really know why I'm using these words. So I can't quite remember what language. Well, if it was yesterday, it would be Spanish, Tammy. So if you're saying, for example, quisiera una caña, or me gustaría un café con leche, or something like that. If you're using these expressions, and you can use them, or if you can just say un café con leche, por favor, and you don't actually know how to say I would like, or I fancy, or oh, today I'm quite thirsty, I'm going to have a big glass of water, or something like that. If you can't see those extra bits, and if you don't know how to form the structures, then I would say do season 1 first before you go on to season 2. So hopefully that makes sense, Tammy Ann. Basically, if you're comfortable with the transactional stuff, then season 2 will help you really develop the confidence in using the grammar and working out why things are the way they are. Season 1 will help you gain that sort of transactional confidence in order to build on that afterwards. Okay. I'm aware that there are still lots and lots of questions coming in, and I really do thank you for them. We do have to finish this at past, so I'll try to get through as many of the questions as possible. Michelle is saying, may I say your podcast is the most enjoyable language learning I've experienced, and I'm someone who loves learning languages generally. Thank you very much indeed for that, Michelle. We absolutely love teaching the languages. We love creating these courses, and the whole team is very passionate about language learning, and when we get comments like that, that really helps. Okay, Noob Cyclist is saying, is this enough to learn a language alone? Obviously, I'm already watching TV in my chosen language and trying to read newspapers, but would I need, say, Rosetta Stone or Pimsleur also? Okay, what I would say is learning a language is always about getting a combination of different types of input. And that input can come from, as you're saying, trying to read articles in the language. It depends kind of what your level is. But if you're reading content in the language that you're learning and try to work through that content, then that's great. You may also want to supplement that with the likes of an app. So there are many apps out there. We always say that the Duolingo works really well. The Drops app works really well for building vocabulary. But just as I would say that with Drops or Duolingo, you're not going to be perfectly fluent in every aspect by just using them. If you only use Coffee Break, then yeah, you'll be really good at the stuff that we cover within Coffee Break, but we would always recommend that you get more input, more access to the language. So if any course or any personality claims that this is all you need to start learning a language, or this is all you need to become fluent, I would question that. I would say, well, no, you need more input. You need more content. You need to be able at some point to have a conversation with native speakers. So all of these different things come together. What we do provide at Coffee Break is, I would say, the best way to get started with the language in a way that's not going to put you off. It's going to be delivered in a balanced, a progressive way. So what you learn in one lesson will be picked up in the next lesson. You may not hear much about it in the third lesson, but by the fourth lesson, we'll be picking back up on what we've learned in the first lesson, and you'll be taking that further. So it's always progressive, it's always structured, and it's not just a random conversation that's being recorded by two native speakers who have got no clue about the pedagogy and the way in which learning is developed. It's been built, it's been created by people who really know about that pedagogy and can create that learning content which will help you make the best progress. There's lots of experience going into every lesson of Coffee Break that we create, and it's that experience that we're building through the materials that we create. So I hope that answers your question, Noob Cyclist. Right. So Zane is saying, feedback for ones who are asking if they can download. Yes, I could download all after buying them, including audio notes and videos, and I'm excited to work on them now. Great, thank you, Zane. Okay. Right, Karen is asking, there's a Spanish reading club, price $40 already, 40% off. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the reading club price is, the standard reading club price is, but the prices on the website are not shown with the discount already off. All of the prices on the website are the full prices. In order to get the discount, you must apply the coupon code BF2020. So whatever price is shown, when you put in the BF2020 coupon code, that's when you'll get the 40% off. So I hope that answers your question, Karen. Okay. Zane, I understand there is no bonus audio for shorter series like Magazine, To Go and Travel Diaries, right? Yeah, so the bonus content changes slightly depending on what the course is. In the case of the shorter courses, then you will be able to access different types of materials. For example, with the Magazine, we offer exercises and a kind of activity pack and vocabulary lists. So that's a little different from our main courses. They don't have exercises. Well, some of them have exercises, but they offer the video versions, for example, or the bonus audio. So it changes slightly depending on what the different courses are. Sheila's saying, when do you think you'll have CBI Season 3? Will a discount price be available when it's released, or can we purchase it in advance during the sale? Okay, good question. We've had that question many times. We do not offer any courses before they're available. We don't pre-sell anything like that. We don't agree with that. So you can't buy anything that isn't yet available right now during the sale. When we do launch a Season 3, anytime we launch a course, there's always some kind of discount at the very beginning. So I hopefully that hopefully answers your question, Sheila. Okay. Kathy is saying, will additional advanced Spanish courses will additional advanced Spanish courses be published in the future? Yes, we hope to develop further courses in the future for Spanish and indeed for all our languages. Okay, I'm just trying to get through these. L. Smith is saying, if I purchased courses years ago, can I still access the content, or do I need to buy again? If you purchased courses on the Coffee Break Academy or on Radiolingo.com, our old membership system, then yes, you'll be able to access them. No bother, just get in touch with us and we'll be able to check with your email. Even better if you've got a receipt or the email address that you used to buy back then. So L. Smith, if you can get in touch with us, we'll be able to help you with that. Paul's asking, can you store on more than one device? Yes, you can. Zoe's asking about seasons in advance. Again, we've explained that. Sonia's saying, I love Coffee Break Italian. This is a great reason for me to pick up a few premium lessons. Yelena's saying, j'ai déjà profité de BF20. Okay. So Yelena's already used the coupon code and she's very happy. She started learning French in May 2019, and thanks to Coffee Break French, I can now read books in French and keep up to date with what's happening in France. Merci Marc, Pierre Benoît et l'équipe. Merci beaucoup Yelena. Okay, any chance of putting together a bundle together for CBS magazines? That's not something that we've got. If we were to put a bundle together, it wouldn't be as cheap as the 40% off. So use the 40% off for the magazines. I hope that makes sense. Christine is asking, do you need Coffee Break Italian to Go 1 before Coffee Break Italian to Go 2? No. Coffee Break Italian to Go 1 is more beginners content, so I would suggest just use the YouTube videos if you're already at the Coffee Break Italian Season 2 level. I wouldn't bother with Season 1. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions. Roger is saying, does Coffee Break Italian cover sentence structure? Absolutely, we cover the creation of sentences in all our courses. Anna's saying, thanks, signed up for Coffee Break Spanish. It's going to be great. Thanks to everyone for all your hard work. Thank you. Can you see lesson examples? Yep. What to do if you're looking for example lessons, just go to our website here. I'll just leave this on the screen just now. So radiolingo.com/BF2020. There are lessons, there are webinars there. So you can click on the webinar and you'll get an explanation of all of the content of each of the levels. So I think that will be the best way to see example lessons. Okay. Michelle is asking, what is the masterclass? The masterclass is for French and Spanish. It's currently running between July and December. It's a 6-month tutored course. So you have a tutor and you work through the course over the 6 months. We've not yet announced the new season of the masterclass, but that will be happening again in 2021. Okay. And Vigdis is asking, can we buy Masterclass 2021 in the Black Friday sale? No, you can't do that. Saul is asking, are you planning to expand the 1 minute series? Yes, we're always hopeful of adding more languages in. I'm sorry I'm going through these so quickly, but we just have to be quite careful with time here. And I'm very conscious we've been on for some time. Yuhi's saying, I have had so far Coffee Break Italian seasons 1 and 2 and the travel diaries. I'm now level B1 and next year I will take the CELI B1 exam. Fantastic. Well done, Yuhi. Barbara's saying, very helpful info. Just use the code and we'll enjoy Italian to Go Season 2. Podcasts are excellent. You guys are fantastic. Thank you very much for using the code. Thank you very much for buying that. Adam's saying, I've been learning through your first online French course and it is excellent. Brilliant. Thank you, Adam. Anna, thanks for high quality, easy, accessible and inspiring content. Thank you very much, Anna. Estrangeiro is saying, Hallo Mark, wie geht's? Sehr gut, danke, ein bisschen müde. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to you and your team for Coffee Break. Just finished both seasons of Coffee Break German and I'm amazed how much I've learnt with you. Brilliant. Estrangeiro also saying, what new languages will you be launching in 2021? Would love to learn Danish and improve my Portuguese in the future. Perhaps. That's all I'll say. Donna's saying, trying to sign up using the Black Friday sale, but it seems unavailable. If you go to radiolingua.com/BF2020, you should be able to access that, or indeed you can also go to the coffeebreakacademy.com. I'll just put that one there, and that's basically the direct link to the Coffee Break Academy, where you can access all the courses, and that is definitely available at the moment. Just remember to use the coupon code. Lynn is saying, I'm amazed how many languages do you speak? Well, we recently put a video on our YouTube channel just showing exactly how many languages I speak, so I think we counted 10 languages there. So I hope that answers your question, Lynn. Lorraine is saying, what kind of German accent do you teach in the German language course? Well, within season 1, we have German speakers from the south of Germany. We've got German speakers from Berlin. And we also, within the To Go series, we hear accents from Berlin and other parts of the German-speaking world. Within season 2, we also have a Swiss speaker speaking Hochdeutsch, not speaking Swiss German or anything like that. But again, it's all about expansion of, or being aware of different accents. Margaret is asking to be purchased from coffeebreaklanguages.com or radiolingua.com. So radiolingua.com or coffeebreaklanguages.com, they both go to the same site. That is our company site. The actual learning site, the Coffee Break Academy, is coffeebreakacademy.com. So all of these are our websites. Just make sure you buy. You'll only be able to buy on coffeebreakacademy.com, and all our links on radiolingua.com and so on will take you to coffeebreakacademy.com for buying there. Alexis is saying, I'm in the US, will there be a foreign transaction fee? When you buy in dollars, which you can do on our site, there will be no transaction fee for you. The Coffee Break Academy actual website is hosted, on the Teachable platform. Teachable's in the US. You will not pay a transaction fee. If you're in the UK, you will not pay a transaction fee by paying in pound sterling. If you're elsewhere, there may be a conversion fee depending on what currency you're paying in. All transactions would be converted. Sorry, I'm getting really tired here. All transactions would be converted to US dollars or pound sterling. Okay. Lorraine, can I use my computer downloaded lessons also on my phone? Yes. Morcap saying, I'm doing LVET and have to say it's very interesting, challenging, taught with humour, warmth and rapport between Mark and Pierre Benoit. Quality of materials and value for money from Coffee Break Languages is excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm just trying to get through everything here. Andrew's saying, do you ever stop for a tea break? Well, I just had a coffee before I came in here, so that helped. Charlotte's saying, coffee break and Pimsleur's a great combination. Right, let me see. Hasnat is saying merci beaucoup. Coffee Break French m'aide beaucoup pour parler depuis 10 mois. Merci pour tout ce que vous faites. Merci beaucoup. Winston saying, I'm from California but now live in France. Your courses have helped me immensely. I'm still at a basic stage, but I have the confidence to go through everyday conversations, especially at restaurants and cafes. Understanding the grammar is what made your course so applicable. Excellent. Nicole saying, I'm currently reading in Italian at B1 level and seeing the subjunctive, just letting it absorb without stress. Pian piano. Yep, indeed. Thank you, Nicole. Saul saying, one day it would be great to have an international coffee break get together similar to the international polyglot conferences. Who knows? Well, hopefully we'll all be able to do some travelling soon. Mark saying, someone mentioned the Spanish Reading Club. What is that? The Spanish Reading Club and the French and the German and the Italian Reading Clubs are a series of 52 lessons, 52 texts that we send out over once a week, basically, for a year. And there you're able to do some reading practice. Again, all of these are available within the Coffee Break Academy. You get reading practice, you get listening practice, and there's comprehension questions and vocabulary. Yuhi, I am so pleased that I met such wonderful broadcasting. This is the first I've studied one language site for 3 years. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. And Rock is saying, where is Thomas? Thomas is busy working with a language camps business, and they are very busy at the moment too. Okay. Those are all the questions that have come in. Thank you so much for staying to the end. I really do appreciate it. This has been quite a long session. I hope that it's been useful to you. The sites that you need, the information that you need, all the details that you need about our sale is at radiolingua.com/BF2020. Our actual courses are available on the Coffee Break Academy at coffeebreakacademy.com. You must absolutely, if you are buying something within the next 48 hours, use the coupon code. I'm going to make that really, really big. Use the coupon code BF2020. You must use that in order to get the reduction. We will be back. We'll be doing, I think, one more live Q&A tomorrow. For Cyber Monday. The sale continues. So we will be answering further questions that we get between now and then, probably at some point tomorrow. But I hope that today I've given you enough information to let you make an informed decision. Do check the webinars on the main website there at radiolingua.com/BF2020. You will be able to watch the webinar and get a feel for each individual course and what each individual language entails. We will be back we'll be back on Wednesday with a Coffee Break German live lesson on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be back on Thursday with a Coffee Break Spanish live lesson, and then Italian and French will happen next week, so do tune in for them. But in the meantime, I'd just like to say a huge thank you, not just for staying today, but thank you for your interest in Coffee Break. Thank you for your interest in language learning. It is a very, very important thing for us to be able to share our passion for language learning with learners from all over the world, literally every corner of the world. And we want to continue to do that for many years to come. And we really just want to say thank you to you for your continued enthusiasm and your very kind comments. And we will make sure that we share these with the whole team. So for now, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, or for some of you, I imagine it will already be Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as ever, I wish you happy coffee breaking. Thank you very much.